Thanks for checking out this video and channel. For those of you who don't know me, I'm Brian Klee. I've been coaching for 23 years. Only one of those years I coached wide receivers, and it was in a veer offense where their primary job was to stalk block. I didn't learn a lot of coaching route fundamentals at that time. And this upcoming year, I will be coaching wide receivers on the offensive side of the ball. So trying to study up on it, came across this video on Chiefpigskin through the Touchdown membership. Coach Tyler Olson from Moline High School, Illinois, and being a former offensive line coach, also coached some defensive line, linebackers, defensive backs, but again, only 1 year of wide receiver experience. Really enjoyed this video. It's got me excited because I'm seeing, Coach Olson going through the fundamentals that they use in their wing T offense. He really emphasizes the idea that, teaching fundamentals while the fundamentals change. And the types of guys, wide receivers a little bit faster, a little bit more naturally athletic. It's still like there's still a lot of details, and it's in some ways it's probably more critical teaching that wide receiver some of the skills because that's what creates that separation. Offensive line, I think it's slightly natural to tell a guy, hey, go run that guy over. Like there's fundamentals involved in blocking, but creating space and whatnot, that's something that I think actually maybe takes a little bit more coaching. So, and as much as there's a wing T offense, Coach Olson emphasizes they want to be really efficient with what they do, so that way they can make the defense have to account for the wide receivers when they always have at least one wide receiver on the field, but there's definitely formations when he goes over game film. They get two wide receivers out there and even three wide receivers. So being efficient and making sure those guys are threats is super, super important to him. He goes over their cuts. They want a lot of speed, a lot of control. He really emphasizes, going back here, he emphasizes speed and control for those wide receivers, especially when they're making their cuts, making their breaks, and really emphasizes working slow to fast. Take time and be very slow with everything at first, because that's ultimately going to create more speed when you get to game day, when you're running full speed. If you are really disciplined with your 3 or 4 steps as part of a break or cut, you're going to end up creating a lot more space and again, higher efficiency. So things he goes over, what they emphasize in their offense, the speed routes. The one he talks about the most is definitely the Gator 7, which is your classic corner or flag route where you're breaking to the pylon. And then the control routes where you're breaking back to the ball, hitch, comeback, curl. And again, he likes to teach them from the top down, where they're working on just the last 2 steps, 3 steps, 4 steps of the route, and then maybe stretching it to the last 5 yards of the route, especially their Indy time. Not a ton of full routes. They're saving that for group time when the quarterback starts throwing the ball. The drills he goes over, the ladder drill, his pressure step, stick or stick and go kind of type thing drill, half circle drill, 3-cone drill. And I really liked, we'll get to it here, a great diagram. I can't do it justice. Curl slant out drill. Really, really like that. Reminded me of painting the grid as an offensive line coach and using the grid to coach those guys up. Hey, you should have this footwork to here. You should have this footwork to here, and things like that. So first up, the ladder stick drills. Right here, they're working the top of the route where they are sinking their hips. They're sticking or setting their foot, and then they're going to be able to go out of that. And this is something he does in the off season. Goes through a bunch of clips, shares, how he would coach his guys. I really, really like that when checking out videos, when guys are coaching, how they would coach their guys. You start to see that coach's personality and how they build kind of the relationship, so to speak. And most importantly, at least from the football perspective, teach their guys to quickly become efficient. Here they're working their stick drill for a horizontal break versus on the left was a vertical break. And then they're putting it together where they're working without the ladders. The circle drill really emphasizes the forward lean, stick, and snapping the head around on the 4th cone. Pretty good diagram there pulled from the video. and just running full speed through the break point of the route for more of a speed cut. 3-cone drill, working the top of the route. Again, Coach Olson emphasizes slow to fast, slow to fast. Take it nice and slow at first. Make sure the footwork is absolutely perfect, especially in the off season. There's no rush. It's about perfecting your craft as one of his receivers. And then one of my favorite drills that he went over is curl slant out drill. So he's gonna about 3 steps and then make a slant type break on the first cone, get to this second cone in the drill, and he's ultimately making a top of a route break and curling back, making another horizontal break on like a slant, and then making a speed cut on an out. And just showing how his guys are sticking their foot, they're sinking their hips, they're getting a change direction. I absolutely love this. It reminded me of me painting the offensive line grid. I've used it for deep. I've used it for every position I've ever coached, and getting those cones and that grid, it lets the guys start to coach themselves a little bit. Hey, this needs to look like this right here, and really liked Coach Olson sharing that. That on its own, if Coach Albaugh, if you check this out at some point, if Coach Albaugh would just put a quick clip of this out on Chiefpigskin, I think this drill on its own is outstanding. And then Coach goes over a bunch of game film. Coach talking with my new head coach, Pete Murphy, he's really emphasized anytime a wide receiver can get a defensive back to snap his hips the wrong way. So this particular picture, Coach has his guy, he shows him running a Gator 7 corner route. And clearly the defensive back, that corner, he was following him inside on a kind of crack type path to a safety. That corner's hips got turned. Wide receiver sticks his foot in the ground, makes a quick break on the corner route at a nice high angle, and the corner can't recover on that Gator 7 route, on that cut to the pylon. Quarterback has nice, easy, wide open throw for a touchdown. Here's a speed cut on a quick out. Once again, DB's hips are turned. He's thinking going vertical. The faster that wide receiver can take and put those feet in the ground, change direction, make his break, the more cushion he has, the more chance he has to catch the ball and try to make that DB miss and take something that's a 6 or 7 yard completion and turn it into yards after catch. Same idea, speed cut. The nickel or outside linebacker, you see he's in trail technique and completely off balance, and that's because the receiver did a great job stemming the route initially, getting that guy to open his hips up a little bit, and then really selling the vertical. And his buddy out at the X receiver, he's taking the top off, clearing out that corner, and letting the slot receiver make a break for a big first down gain there. And then lastly, there's the guy working the top of the route cut. And I think that's something that makes any film that you watch, all right, you do the drill, it looks like this in a practice or off-season setting. How does that translate to the film? And Coach Olson shows, hey, this guy, he's sinking his hips, he's setting and breaking back to the ball. It has a ton of cushion because that DB is thinking go vertical. He's got his hips turned, creates a ton of space for easy pitch and catch with the quarterback. So, Coach Olson's wide receiver route fundamentals, check it out. The drill video and rationale from Coach Olson, it's great. Goes through his ladder drills, circle drills, cone drills. The SCSO drill, again, my favorite drill out of it, teaching slant, curl, slant out, and getting those guys moving at full speed after you've coached things up slowly. Tons of game film showing those drills translating, which, again, that's to me, that's the most important part. And what's really cool about that, you see Coach Olson, he clearly takes pride in instilling discipline in his guys in their perfecting their craft. And I think that's the biggest compliment you can give a coach. Flat out outstanding of showing, he taught the drills and they showed up on game night. His guys took that and did their best with it. So touchdown membership on Chiefpigskin for wide receiver route fundamentals. Check it out.
As always, guys, if you have questions or comments, please leave them down below. I'll get back to you as quickly as possible. Check me out and follow me on Twitter at Coach Klee. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel if you like what you see. And if you have anything that maybe requires a longer response, hit me up at coachbrienclee@gmail.com. Thanks as always for tuning in. See you again.